My name is Zach Bagans. I never believed in ghosts until I came face to face with one. So I set out on a quest to capture what I once saw onto video.
Holy oh my God!
With no big camera crews following us around, I am joined only by my fellow investigator Nick Roth and our equipment tech Aaron Goodwin. The three of us will travel to some of the most highly active paranormal locations where we will spend an entire night being locked down from dusk until dawn.
If this is the portal of hell, well, why don't you come up out of that ground and get us?
Raw.
I just saw something. Somebody just passed by.
Extreme.
No!
These are our ghost adventures. Birmingham, Alabama. Nicknamed Magic City, this is a town that sprang up almost overnight in the late 1800s. The explosive growth came on the back of the iron industry.
It really was nothing here before the Civil War, and then after, this is what you see is the New South. A South based on manufacturing and commerce and industry.
By the mid-1860s, the Civil War had ravaged the South, destroyed the economy, and freed about 3 million slaves who now needed to find work. Some entrepreneurs, like James Withers Sloss, saw enormous opportunity in the rebuilding.
Colonel Sloss built these furnaces. They went into blast around somewhere between 1881 and 1883, right in there.
My dad, they worked for Sloss. When he come to work, they had a saying. Kill a man, hire another one. Kill a mule, buy another one. Don't kill no mules, they cost $25.
Well, at a place like this, of course, you're going to have a lot of men who are hurt over the years. Like, for instance, at the furnace itself, in the first decade of operation, there were 2 men burned up inside the furnace.
So they were incinerated alive.
They were incinerated in there. They had a problem with what they called a furnace clinker. They had a piece of coke that was sticking to the side of the furnace.
Coke?
That's processed coal. They lured those 2 men in on a platform.
Now this was right here?
Right, while the furnace was in operation. And they were to knock those clinkers off. And when they did, there was a small explosion, and they lost their balance, and they fell into that furnace and were burned up.
These souls, they're in limbo. Like, these guys are still here working.
Because they died, I think, because they died so damn suddenly.
Yeah,
they still don't think they're dead.
They died by traumatizing experiences with unfinished business. Right. That's my theory.
Well, that's why I agree with that.
Yeah, I mean,
I have the same theory.
If you leave life with unfinished business, you're going to stay in limbo.
Yeah.
These tortured spirits seem compelled to reveal themselves to the living.
We actually saw like a grayish figure, and it just kind of peeked its head out, and when you turn back around, it was just like gone. It just like shot off like that. Just kind
almost
of
like one of the workers.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
So we're here with Kevin Walden, and Kevin, you're actually a local paranormal investigator here.
Yes, sir.
So Kevin, back here, this is where you were actually slapped in the face by an unseen force?
That's right, right here.
Right here?
Yeah.
Why don't you get up there and show me what happened?
All right.
Now tell me exactly what happened, because this is important for us when we do our lockdown.
I was just sitting here, you know, and I had an audio recorder in this hand, my tape recorder in this hand. I'm just filming towards that way, looking around and stuff. Well, this clicks, you know, it went off. I look over at camera and it dies, you know. They say, no, I just do this, and something smacks me full force across the face.
Really?
Yeah.
No, really, really hard.
Really hard. I had a handprint on my face.
Did it make your head actually move?
Oh, yeah, it was like...
Wow. Right here, huh?
Yeah.
Now, was there anybody else here that witnessed this?
Yeah, my friend Josh Craig, he was outside, you know.
He came running up the stairs. I mean, he was pretty freaked out. I mean, he wasn't like screaming or anything, but he was like, oh my God, you know. And I mean, he shows us where he got slapped, and it's like he's got a handprint on his face.
So you can actually see a handprint on his face?
Oh, yeah. And I mean, to the touch, it was actually cool. So, I mean, that was really weird.
Where he got slapped?
Yeah, where he got slapped, it felt cool.
There are 2 of these machines here. These are Ingersoll Rand turbo compressors. If you look at them, you can see where they've been repaired many times. management bought a replacement valve in a junkyard. But they bought the wrong kind of valve. And they ran it for a couple of hours, and it seized up and locked up tight, and it split the steam line. And so they went down there and stopped the machine for a minute. They welded a plate over the brake, and they stepped back and said, let her rip, turn it on. And when they did, the whole line exploded. The series of safety valves right here gave way, and this is where you have your explosion. They were both badly scalded. Their skin was all bubbled up, and it was like they had been boiled in a vat of water or oil. The workers said that they thought that they were really dead when they were coming up the stairs. They just didn't know it yet.
So right now we're with Houston. Houston used to work here at Sloss Furnace, and he's trying to take us down into this underground tunnel where he's telling us that they see an apparition of a man.
Just a tunnel down there, all the way down there.
Oh, wow.
If the cars go down, they one going up and one coming down all the time, you know.
Holy cow.
This is the
Yeah. And the bins up top where you dump the cars come over and dump the ore up there. You get the ore out of these bins, you know, like gravel, pellets, coke and stuff. Take it up to the top of the furnace there. Yeah.
When you worked here over, what, 40 years ago?
Yeah.
They were actually having sightings of this ghost.
Yeah.
Right in this tunnel.
Oh, yeah.
So we're here with Sarah, and Sarah, you've worked here at Sloss Furnace for how long?
For about 6 years.
Do you want to see how dedicated this girl is to Sloss Furnace? Can I show?
Yeah.
Yes, that is the tattoo of the Sloss furnaces. Very cool.
So you're saying that people are seeing shadows of apparitions down here?
Right. Shadows moving back and forth, people talking.
Where at?
You know,
exactly.
just at the end. Like
the end of the
if
hall?
you're at this end of the tunnel and you're walking that way, they're down there.
Okay.
Once you get about halfway through, there are people following you.
What do you mean?
Walking down.
Following?
Like you can hear people behind you, like walking behind you.
Turn around, there's nobody
Yeah.
there.
There's nothing.
There's
It's nothing you can.
A lot of those experiences here in this
Yeah,
tunnel.
lots of experiences like that here.
One of your worst accidents was right here.
What is this?
This is blowing engine number 1. Well, you know, this represents a time when men were really exposed to terrible dangers in the workplace. And what you've got here is a steam engine that's about 60 feet tall. It has 2 20-foot diameter flywheels attached to the piston arms. The Smithsonian tells us these are the largest vertical steam engines left in the world. And the top speed on the machine would roll these wheels at about 35 revolutions per minute. Wow. When these things were rolling, they were like a blur. And so there was a man that was leaning up right here.
This exact spot?
Eating his lunch right here while this thing was in full operation.
That's a bad place to eat your lunch, isn't it?
Bad place because the wheel creates quite a wind draft too while you're right there. And the workers told me that they looked away and looked back and that he was gone. And he was snagged by that wheel and swept into the wheel well and crushed.
That was a bad lunch.
And in fact, they said that, you know, you can't stop the machine because it takes a good bit of time to stop these machines. And he was caught in that and just totally mangled as he was rotated around that wheel.
You said that you never have believed in ghosts.
Until I came here.
You think Sloss Furnace, as being night security here for so many years, you think Sloss Furnace is haunted?
Yes, I do. It is haunted. Take caution, you know, because there are some spirits who are up to no good.
I looked up and I thought I saw Slag.
So he's one of the apparitions that they believe haunt this place.
Yeah, he's apparently the main one.
Slag reached right inside my body and squeezed both of my lungs.
The deaths at Sloss were many and often gruesome. Most were accidental. Some were not.
I was walking down the little alleyway, and I looked up and I thought I saw my boss standing up top there. And
Where did you see him? Like what?
Well, it was up at the very top on the flat platform part.
Oh, really?
Yep. I waved at him and kept walking. I looked back up and there was nothing up there. And as you can see, there's only one way down the furnace. But I got over there and there was nobody there. I talked with some of the other employees that night, and they said that I had probably seen Slag, which was the ghost. It's what they called James Wormwood. He was the foreman here.
He is supposed to just be the awfulest, rudest, meanest guy ever. And, you know, he just wanted, you know, made him work. And then from what we heard, you know, they finally got tired of it. And they shoved him off.
This is where a lot of people say they've seen Slag, like on this back tracks. Just pacing the tracks up and down.
He was that sadistic foreman.
He was,
that mean guy. His workers did not like him at all.
No.
And there's some reason to believe that his workers actually pushed him.
Right, right. The story is he fell, but everyone else says that he was pushed in the furnace.
So he's one of the apparitions that they believe haunt this place.
Yeah, he's apparently the main one. He's the one that most people see.
I was about standing right here, and I look right over there, and I see this black entity, and it's in black, but I can still see it. And it was a good 30 feet away, and all of a sudden that thing was right in front of me, right where I'm standing. It reached right inside my body and squeezed both of my lungs until it took every breath of air I had in my body out of me. My whole body went white, and I went cold, and whatever it was, it peered inside my mind and told me, get out of here. And it scared me half to death.
Do you have any sense of who this might have been when he was alive?
Well, the legend goes about this Slag character.
Do you think that you saw the spirit of Slag up there, maybe?
I can't explain anything else. There's nobody that could have made it down that stairway. That's a 225-foot drop straight down through that stairway.
Usually this gate is chain locked, but Nick and I are gonna climb up way, way, way up top there. And from what we were told, a lot of men back in the day fell off of these catwalks to their deaths. So we're gonna go to the exact spots where these guys fell. And, well, hopefully we won't fall. Watch your footing, Nick, because I don't know how sturdy these steps are, buddy. Step on the outsides of them, all right? Right now, we're climbing up a staircase about 200 feet to the tallest point here at Sloss Furnaces. Oh, man, I don't know about this, dude. I'm not even gonna look down. Watch these two steps up here. They got no bolts on them. You hear me? Here. Give me the camera. Oh, hold on. Hang on, Nick. Hang on.
That killed my arm.
Come on, Nick. Be very careful up here. This is like 90 years old, and we're up 200 feet. We're eye level with the top of the water tower.
Sloss right there.
We're pretty high up. There's some spots, like right there, that aren't even, you see those cracks? That piece right there, don't step on that. You fall right through. Oh, dude. This is all cracked right here, bro.
It's facing your fears right about now. You're scared of heights, this is it. You gotta go with this edge.
Don't talk, dude. Even when you talk, man, it scares me. Just don't talk. Just let me get to that, okay? I'm not big with heights, man, all right? Just chill for a second. The reason why I'm like this is not what it looks like. This is 90 years old. And those are cracks all in this little thin metal. That's keeping us up. Okay, come on, Nick. We're gonna go down that one level. Watch the cracks. Dude, screw this, dude. As I keep going. Right now, Nick and I are standing on the same catwalks where countless men fell to their deaths from sucking in carbon monoxide fumes that would come out of these towers. You know, they'd lose their coordination and, like I said, fall and splat like pancakes. So we actually had to sign waivers because we just scaled a 200-foot staircase with a bunch of loose steps and corroded rivets because we could fall at any moment right now. And I want to get down. It's all good. It's all good.